A woman left her brother in a nursing home and never visited him again. Not on his birthday, not when he begged her to come. But 15 years later, she got a call saying there's something in your name. And when she opened the door, she saw him, not the brother she'd forgotten, but the man he'd become. Welcome to our channel, the place where most viral stories are born. This is the story of a selfish sister who forgot all about her own brother. It's hard to imagine how someone could do that, but I guess we all have our reasons. The protagonist of our story is a woman named Clara Jennings. She grew up in a small Texas town with her little brother. Ben, their mom died when the kids were still pretty young, so Clara kind of took the role of a mother upon herself. She cooked meals, did the laundry, and comforted Ben whenever he felt down. I know this sounds like quite a lot to ask of a child, but this is what life was like for Clara. And then when she turned 23, she got a job in New York City. That was great news for her. Finally, she could get out of that small town and make something of herself. But now she had to figure out what to do with Ben. Sending him to a regular school was out of the question. So she enrolled him in a special care facility. On the day of the farewell, she handed the director a check and said, "Take good care of my brother. If anything happens to him, I'm coming back." After that, she drove away, leaving Ben behind. Time went by. Ben called. Clara never answered. He sent birthday cards. She pretended not to receive them. One day, though, she got a phone call. The person on the other end identified themselves as a representative from the care facility. They asked Clara to come over as soon as possible because Ben needed her. When she arrived, the director told her, "Your brother needs you. He hasn't stopped asking for you since you left." Clara looked at Ben and realized that all those years of guilt had been worth it. She hugged him and promised to visit more often. But deep down, she knew she was only there because she felt sorry for him. In the meantime, Clara built her life. She got married, had 2 kids, bought a house, and got a promotion. She even took vacations to Paris and Rome. But no matter where she went, she heard Ben's voice in her head saying, "When you leave me, I'll be all alone." She tried to ignore him, but it didn't work. Eventually, she started visiting Ben every now and then. Sure, it wasn't ideal. She couldn't help but wonder if she had made the right decision by leaving him. Years passed, and one day Clara got a phone call. She picked up and heard a familiar voice say, "Hello, Miss Jennings. My name is Tom. I am calling from Golden Years Care Home. Is this the weekend you would like to visit Mr. Jennings?" "Mr. Jennings," Clara repeated, confused. "Yes, Mr. Benjamin Jennings. He is requesting your presence." Oh, Clara's heart sank. She hadn't been informed that Ben had moved to another care home. Sure, I'll be right there." As soon as she hung up the phone, her daughter asked, "Mom, are we going to see Uncle Ben?" "We're not," Clara replied, kissing her daughter's forehead. "Don't worry, honey. You'll see him soon enough." When Clara arrived at the home, she was told to sit down in a separate room before seeing Ben. She agreed but couldn't help but wonder why. What did they want to tell her? A few minutes passed and the door opened. There stood Ben in a wheelchair holding a framed certificate. He was smiling, but his eyes seemed distant, as if he were looking through her. "This is the award I just received for creating an AI tool for children with disabilities," he said. "I named it after you, not because you helped me, but because you didn't. Because if you hadn't abandoned me, I wouldn't have become everything I was meant to be." Clara couldn't speak. She wanted to apologize, but she also wanted to scream, to let him know how much pain he had caused her. But when she opened her mouth, all that came out was a sob. "I'm sorry," she whispered. "I didn't come here to get your apologies," Ben replied calmly. "I came to give you something." He reached into his pocket and pulled out a letter. "This is the letter Mom wrote me when she found out she was sick. She wanted me to give it to you when I turned 18, but she passed away before I did. So here it is." Clara took the letter. "And read, my sweet Clara. By the time you read this, I'll be gone. Don't carry the burden alone. Ben will teach you more than you'll ever teach him." Then Clara understood. Ben wasn't there to give her an earful. He was there to remind her that she wasn't the selfish one. It was their mother who had taught him that no matter how difficult things get, we should always keep moving forward. After that, Clara visited Ben every day. At first it was awkward, but eventually they fell into a routine. Clara would bring Ben lunch, watch him play with the other kids, and then take him for a ride in the park. One day, as they were sitting on a bench, Ben turned to Clara and said, "Thank you for coming back. Sister, it means more to me than you'll ever know. I'm sorry it took me so long." "Ben," Clara replied, "but I promise I won't waste any more time. Sometimes the people we walk away from become the very reason we learn to walk back." That's all for today. See you next time.